This man reminds me of a time, Stugotz. I am scared of this man. He was a menace, so strong, so physically strong. Other people were scared of this man, so skilled as well.
Yep.
Larry Johnson with us. A rare smile from Larry. I don't remember a lot of those.
And he looks fantastic.
Yes.
He looks like he can get like 12 and 10 right now.
He could.
Yes,
Put it on the poll, Juju, please, at LeBatard Show. He's shaking his head. In fact, I think you've underestimated him. Could Larry Johnson get you 15 and 12 right now if you put him in the league? Larry, but they've ruined basketball. They've ruined it's no longer allowed to have someone like you in the middle of a great team. Thank you for being on with us. You're with us on behalf of DirecTV. Before we get started, what are you doing with them?
Well, this is my best time of the year, March Madness. So I'm happy to be here back in Las Vegas, partnering up with DirecTV for Business, Big Chicken, as you see behind me, and the Shaquille O'Neal Foundation. So, Shaq do a lot. He's a friend of mine. So we here. And at the end, we're also going to with DirecTV and Big Business and Big Chicken. We're going to donate. To Shaquille's foundation, make sure little big brother is taking care of everybody. So it's just a great time for me to be here in Las Vegas.
That's very nice of you, but I want to talk to you about how much you still hate the Heat.
Not as much anymore. Not as much now when we play. It had a fierce rivalry going, so we enjoyed it. You don't have them too many rivalries like this anymore, right?
Time heals, Dan.
I don't like that it heals. I want you to be mad at the Miami Heat forever. Like, why would you not be? Why did it heal? Tell us, what do you remember as the greatest of those stories?
Well, for one, I remember I went 3-4 against those guys. So, I think they beat me my first year in New York. But other than that, we won, I believe, 3 in a row and on their court. So I don't have too much to be mad at them about. You know what I mean? So, it was a great rivalry. Went from Jeff Van Gundy to Pat Riley, having the same system. I remember at one point I was guarding Jamal Mashburn, and they called out a play. And I was running to Jamal's position before he got there because the plays was identical. Our fist up with their fist down. But, we knew them in and out, and they knew us so well that, it was just really man-to-man. It wasn't no trick plays, wasn't getting no trick baskets. I just remember it being all guts and glory.
Larry, you guys always wanted to fight, and Jeff Van Gundy was holding on to Alonzo Mourning's calf in one of the games on the court. Like, What are you talking about? Like, you're describing a different thing than what I saw. You people hated each other.
I am not. I'm describing the same thing you described. I'm just saucing it up a little better. You know what I mean?
You are.
No saucing it up.
No,
just get it.
What are you talking about? Like, you and Alonzo Mourning were going to kill each other.
At the time when we was 30-something years young, we had that taste of blood. Now, we got children going to school. Like, how you doing, Zoe? Everything good now? We good now.
Oh, man.
That's so disappointing.
You've ruined it.
It really is disappointing.
So disappointing. Come on, fellas.
No, because you and Alonzo Mourning, I remember, I don't know what triggered it, right? Maybe it was just competitive fire, but I remember that there was nothing that felt like it in sports. The fight that you guys had, your coach was hanging from Mourning's ankle on the court. It was, and that was started because you and Alonzo hated each other.
Alonzo and I did not hate each other. We hated playing each other, playing against each other, because he was going to throw elbows and I was going to throw elbows. People, when we go back to that, people try to say, and I went through this about 2 days ago, I was explaining this. People was trying to say Lonzo and I had a problem in Charlotte. At Charlotte, playing together, Alonzo and I never had a problem. And you talk to Alonzo, he'll tell you this. We never had a problem playing against when we was on the same team. I don't know why Charlotte decided to go different way and traded both of us. But Alonzo and I, we got along well. We played together well. I think we both had that competitive spirit that we didn't want to lose, and we was going to do anything to win. Like you said, back in the 90s and 80s, back then, it was a little different game. So it was some elbows being thrown, and he got heated, and we just got into it. Luckily, no punches landed, so nobody got really, if he'd have hit me, I'd be pissed now to this day. So, that's why, it's probably easier to let the fight go.
Dan, I appreciate the effort. You can ask it again a different way if you want to, but he's let it go. The only person who hasn't let it go is you. I mean, we need to move on.
That's
you
fair.
and I, and I'm with you. But he's let it go.
You're right. Fair enough.
But how much did you hate the Heat?
Do you have anything? Does Larry have anywhere in his house anything from the Grandmama commercials? Is there a wig in one of the drawers?
Never. Come on now, stop it. Look, they wouldn't have let me have anything. They kept everything. So. Nah, other than some posters, that's about it.
But that made you a lot of fame and money, did it not? I mean, people still talk to you about that ad campaign, correct?
Correct. At the time, I was a little hesitant to do it. Coming out of college, I wanted to be Larry Johnson. But the marketing guys at Converse, and that's who came up with it. They was just we was in it together, meaning they was just as young as I was. I was 21, and they just hired like 3 new marketing guys at Converse. They were 22, 21, and they had these ideas of doing something different than guy playing basketball, running and dunking. And I'm like, no, man, that's what we do. But luckily it worked out. I still get the praises from the Grandmama commercials to this day. Only time I've had a commercial on Super Bowl Sunday. Commercials on Super Bowl is real big. So Grandmama was there one time, and she did well. So I have no beef with that with my Grandmama days.
Larry, you had a great NBA career, but I am wondering, is UNLV, the years you spent there with that team, that legendary team with Jerry Tarkanian, is that the best time of your life?
Absolutely. Like I say, I'm back here now, and I get these questions a lot, and I tell people the only championship I've ever won. I appreciate the compliments on my career, but I won 1 championship my whole life. I mean, and 2 if you want to count 8th grade. I won a championship in 8th grade in Dallas, Texas.
No one counts that one, Larry.
I mean, but he dominated 8th grade.
Larry, no one cares about that one. Okay,
he does.
I know.
We was a beast in 8th grade. What are you talking about?
Can you imagine Larry Johnson in 8th grade?
Larry, nobody. Oh my God.
Boy, 45 a game, man.
Larry, I know what I looked like in 8th grade when I was that age, and of course you scored 45 because you were
45 a game. I gave it to you.
All right. Fine, Larry. Fine. Yes, you would have given it to me in 8th grade, Larry. Fine. Fine, Larry.
No holds barred.
I give it to you good.
Other than that championship, the only championship I ever won in my career was at UNLV. So it was definitely the best time of my life as far as basketball career.
Larry, thank you for being on with us. We appreciate it. It was good catching up with you, sir.
Hey, I appreciate you guys, man. Thanks for having me on.
Thank you.
Thank you, Larry.